This is my recap and reaction to the Welcome to Plathville Season 6 season premiere! And boy, have we come a long way on this show. Season 6 is finally here. There's obviously new producers or new production company because it feels like the editing is so much better in this season so far. And the family drama is at an all-time high. We have 2 fresh divorces, Ethan and Olivia, and Barry and Kim. Everyone's having this huge change in their life. So this is reality TV gold, people. The first scene is with Micah. He's moved back from California and canceled his partying ways and now has settled down with a girl. So this is out of nowhere, but it's a mystery girl. He doesn't want her on camera yet. Micah, are you kidding me? It's going to take people on Reddit 1 second to find this girl. And here she is. But for now, the cameramen are probably struggling to keep her face out of the shot. Apparently, Micah just decided to go for it and move to Florida for this girl, but immediately she keeps checking if he cleaned the sink, and the girl leaves him notes about things to do around the house, and it's coming off a tad controlling, but the jury's still out about what's happening here. She seems tall and likes florals. Also, she has a sign in her house that we see later in the episode where it says something about how she's flexible as long as it's done her way, and I find that interesting. Micah then rips off his shirt, gives the people what they want, and says he will not answer another question with his shirt on. So now he seems so much more confident in himself than the Micah we met 6 seasons ago with the cows. This probably just boosted the ratings also. And now we're in Minnesota, in Olivia and Ethan's old apartment, the scene of the crime for their separation, and Ethan is singing sad Johnny Cash-ish music with his guitar. His face seems red and overall he looks stressed to the brink. He says that his sadness has turned into anger, and he's currently working 2 jobs and works out in the evening, so he's been keeping busy. Now the lease is up in their place, and Olivia is coming to pick up the rest of her belongings at some point, and he doesn't know how to feel, and he looks so sad, guys. And honestly, Olivia pulling up in her car, the dramatic music, it even shows her like unbuckling her seatbelt. It's just, to me, there's a new vibe to the season. The cinematography is way better already for some reason. It's giving The Hills, it's given high end. Anyways, Ethan's interview gets interrupted by Olivia knocking, and he's like, "Who is that?" Like he doesn't know. Ends up, she didn't even tell him she was coming over at that moment. So I guess she wanted to make some type of really dramatic entrance. It makes for good TV. And this is the first time I've seen a cameraman on this show. We're even breaking the 4th wall here. And Olivia's first comment is, "Oh, you kept the plants alive?" And Ethan asks, "How's life been treating you?" And she says, "Pretty good." And she asks him if he's okay, and he says, "Staying on this side of the ground." They're not exactly on the same level of okay, and that is clear. He's not doing well, you can tell. Maybe not the best time to bring up the divorce papers, Olivia, but here she goes. Ethan says that he's still very much angry at her. They rehash quickly how Olivia made him choose between her and his family. And then in a snarky way, she says, "So, are you happy now with your family?" And he slams the chair and she kind of runs out or gets out of the apartment. Q and Kim, who is now living in Florida too, and she's still dating Ken, her son Isaac's old coworker, but she decided to live by herself, not with Ken, with the girls on a boat. Yes, Kim is living on a houseboat. Where is the apartment over the dance studio, Kim? Like, What happened to that? Kim is selling living in this houseboat as having waterfront property. And they grill and have a nice little family dinner moment. Then Kim throws a direct shot at Barry in her confessional and says she would rather be on a small boat with the girls than in a big house with fill in the blank. Speaking of fill in the blank, Barry has taken over, or he's taken on running, and so has Mariah. They tried to do a scene where they only show Mariah's feet, as in like, oh, maybe Barry has a new love interest. But no, it's Mariah, who has moved back to Cairo after wanting to escape so badly when she was 17. She's only been back for a week at this point, and Mariah insinuates that she's been through hell recently from whatever that happened in Tampa, but she leaves it at that at first. She's staying in the master bedroom in her dad's house, the room Barry and Kim used to share that he doesn't sleep in anymore. And she admits that she had a relationship that she kept private off camera that unraveled after she found out things. And she hesitates to actually say what. Like, we're going to need more details on that. That's so vague. And we don't like off-camera things, Mariah. It can't be that bad. I mean, what could she have found out? And we're back with Micah. He invited his friend Will from California to see what his new life is like. This Will guy has a grill. Yes, people, a grill. That is so like 2010 to me, but that's okay. And the camera man interviews Will, and we hear the producer, and then at one point Will pauses for a second, and the producer guy asks, why did you pause? And he says that he saw an interaction, the first time that he met the new girl, she and Micah were having like a tiff, and it was maybe a red flag for him, and he wonders like, is this what the relationship's like, or was it just a moment in time? Will is being pretty honest in this video. For me, this is a whole nother red flag. Will sees a red flag. I've been collecting them about this relationship in this episode. Micah also said that he doesn't take a lot of modeling jobs now because he wants to stay close to his girlfriend. I don't know, I think he should still be modeling and still living his life a little bit. And finally, we're back to Olivia and Ethan, and I think Olivia went somewhere to print off the divorce papers, returned the next day. It's still very awkward. And Ethan says that he's finding it hard to see her move on so fast, and she's trying to talk about assets and how he's going to have to sign paperwork. And Ethan turns around, looks at her, and says, "Can't we just make it work?" What's sad is that we know that this is going to be a no, and by all appearances, there's no way Ethan and Olivia have gotten or will get back together. My heart just hurts for Ethan in these scenes, honestly. He is a man in pain. And that's the end of the first episode of Season 6 of Welcome to Plathville. Why do I feel like I've watched a movie or something? They've really upgraded the storytelling, the music, all that this season, and I can't wait to see more episodes. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll be back for episode 2. Bye, guys.